Hi everyone, welcome to DIY Ideas. So we already did a video series on masks and protecting your mouth and nose, and feel free to check those out on our channel. But this time I decided to show you how you can make your own gloves, because we do touch everything with our hands and we can transfer a lot of germs that way, and I think gloves can definitely help at least minimize those problems or make them a little bit better than if you had no gloves on. And I know not everybody can currently get one, so yeah, I made these ones that are washable. You can of course sometimes find the throwaway ones, but you can make your reusable ones very easily, and I'm going to show you how you can do that, so that way you always have some. I'm using some stretchy fabric, although it's not perfectly protective because of course stuff can get through the fabric, but I think it is still better than having no protection at all on your hands, especially when you go shopping these days. So you will need some stretchy fabric, then some yarn in a matching color, and some pins, fabric scissors, and something to measure with. So stretchy fabric is good exactly because it is stretchy, so it's going to be a lot more comfy than cotton or any other fabric, but if you do want to use something else that doesn't stretch, you're going to need a little bit bigger size than what I'm going to do, but I'll show you that when we get there. So anyway, the pattern is super simple, so you put your hand on top of a piece of paper and make sure that your fingers are nicely separated so that we can have enough room in here when we're done. And as you can see, I added just a little bit extra on all edges so I have enough room for my stitches, and even more in the bottom so that I have enough room there. But if you're using non-stretchy fabric, then you want this even bigger, so the hand and the size should be even bigger than what you see I did right here. So just make sure you adjust if you need to. You will need 4 times the same piece, so 2 times per each hand or each glove, a back and a front size, and since this is stretchy fabric, I'm gonna need a stretch or a jersey needle for sewing this properly with my sewing machine. So if you have this, that would be optimal. If you don't, there are alternatives how you can avoid this. So if you're doing stretchy fabric and you don't have a special needle for it, you can go with a zigzag stitch and achieve almost the same effect. Align your fabric pretty side on pretty side and then stitch the sides. So starting from the bottom over the pinky, all other fingers, make sure you leave a little bit of room. So a little bit of room right here, and don't go too close to the edge. This opening needs to stay open, of course. Then do this with both pieces, leave enough room and make sure you go really deep between the fingers, so you want them really as deep as possible. So I did a straight elastic stitch, and I'll cut a bit closer to the stitch between the fingers so that we can turn this nicely. You can also fix the very tops where your fingertips are going to be so that it's a little bit comfier to wear. When you're satisfied, you can turn this inside out. You can put it on then. Try to take it off and turn it at the same time. That's the easiest method. There we go. Now we have this look. This is the outside, and I won't do the bottom sections this time because this particular fabric doesn't fray at all, but you can of course do a stitch there or even some bias tape or whatever you prefer. But anyway, let's check the size, so I'll try it on. And you see the size is really nice. It's tight on here like it's supposed to be, and you see that even though we did a bit more, it fits very nicely now. And I prefer stretch fabric because then it kind of adjusts to your own hand size. So yeah, whichever you choose, you just need to know the effects. These are better than the throwaway gloves that you can buy nowadays because you can wash these and reuse them, but still a negative to this project is that it doesn't protect perfectly. So the plastic ones or the rubber ones are a bit safer than these reusable ones, but I still think these are better than having none at all, especially in these crazy times. Protection is important, so make sure you have whichever you prefer. So this way you're not touching anything, at least not directly with your fingers and skin. So I did a couple out of different types of fabric, and I just wanted to show you those as well. Let me get those. So here is something like a rubber fabric. It's not very elastic, but it's what you usually would use for cleaning gloves. So these would be a bit better, but you can't wash them. You can of course run them under some water and then they'll stay clean. And this fabric would be a bit safer than the cotton or the stretch fabric I'm using. They aren't as elastic, but they're definitely a little bit more protected. So as I said, no protection is perfect, and I think having some gloves and some kind of layer in between your skin and stuff you're gonna touch outside is better than having none. But if you can, and if your first goal is protection, make sure to use some rubber ones or some plastic ones that you can buy. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to shoot a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. If you'd like to see more, feel free to check out the mask series as well as other DIY videos. Since we're all staying at home at this time, it might be a cool idea to do something and kind of pass your time quicker. So thanks for watching, stay healthy, I'll see you in my next video. Until then, have a wonderful day. Bye!